Definitely. Every single player doing great. I mean, Aaron and Ketch doing great. But you know what? The player that I would say was the MVP of Ulf was Scarface. Yeah. Oh my goodness. He came out of nowhere and said, you know what, guys? I got this one. I'll do it myself and qualify us into the grand final. So Ulf, right now, I would say I got that glimmer of hope, just like we had at PMGC last year or even PMGO Season 1 this year in Jakarta, that they can be on the podium and maybe break that second place curse.
And that's just a few of the world-class teams that are going to be representing here in the final for PMWC at EWC 26. You want to stay tuned. You want to see all of these teams fight for that grand prize pool.
Thank you, special reporter Kalara is coming in with the information now. Let's talk about the club championship. AGAL got eliminated.
They did.
They are no longer in.
Lace, don't forget that we still have Vitality, and we still have Aurora, that if they finish in the top 8, or if they end up winning, I mean, they'll get a cool 1,000 points for that CC.
Never interrupt me again, Seven. But that's fine. Glitter, with our CC update, is going to interrupt and on standby to bring us the club championship update.
As we head into finals for PUBG Mobile, and as we prepare for the penultimate championship weekend here at EWC, as is tradition, it's time for another club championship update, because this is what all of our clubs are fighting for. The title, the honor, the ability to etch their names in the history books of EWC. So let's talk about what that means for this weekend. Over on the Allianz Vault, we have the likes of Liquid, Falcons, AGAL, all fighting for points in their respective games, and honestly, they're going into semifinals today, whittling it down to top 4. It's going to be a big one. Then at the STC Arena, a little bit of a repeat here because we also have Falcons in the running, and we're also keeping our eyes on Vitality, which could be a big one, as Vitality is in 4th overall in our CC leaderboard. But as we take a look towards our stage at PUBG Mobile, we get Vitality yet again. They are one of our big teams expected to do well. But the real question is, will the likes of 4Thrives, Orangutan, or even Tiamba take those points away from them? Will Vitality be able to usurp Falcons or AGAL? This is the perfect week and opportunity for them to do so. We're going to have a lot of updates coming your way over the next couple days. And as we know more, of course, we'll make sure to let you know.
Thank you to our special reporting, being able to cut class and just do that CC update. Thank you, Glitter. But we gotta talk about Sony's story of the day here, because this is the finals, and there's some teams, Lace, that have just been outperforming like crazy. Vitality being one of those.
Of course, Vitality, they were able to get the exact same score that 4Thrives did over 2 days. So if you don't understand how much of a juggernaut team this is, well, then you better wait and lock in.
Yeah, another one that we saw there as well is Godlike. I personally have Godlike finishing in the top 5. This team, for a first international event from India, they have been performing so well. And is that Snacks Gaming that I see? Bye. Turn left. Can I say hello? Bye. It's good. Maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him later on. But we do have some more special reporters, none other than Maxman and Amatura. Let's see what they're up to.
And here we have it. We are here at the Analyst Corner for some good old PMWC 2026 at EWC 2026 breakdown. And I'm going to be joined by some co-analysts here to break down everything that might be happening this following weekend. First of all, we got Michael, Niptura, Jackson right here at the stage. How are we doing, Niptura?
Very well indeed. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'll save that for later. I'll save that for later. But for now, yeah, we're looking very good. Excited for the finals. We all dressed up for the occasion. We are ready to go.
Yeah. With that said, looking at the teams, I know that Niptura, you really want to jump in on Godlike, because this team came out of nowhere in Group B and made it straight into the finals.
I mean, out of nowhere is a pretty good description of it. We were not expecting too much, simply because of the lack of experience compared to the other groups, right? The other players, the other teams, but they performed very, very well. I mean, we had them coming in 2nd in the groups overall, only by 1 point ahead of Aurora, you know, a few points behind 4Thrives, who had a big group stage. And the back-to-back wins on Miramar and Rondo over the span of both days was just really, really nice. I really enjoyed how they've been playing. They play more compact, they look for those positions, and in a lobby like this is working out very well. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they got today.
I feel like a lot of people, especially when it comes to Godlike, are highlighting, you know, they're looking at S-Power, they're looking at Admino. I want to say Some in particular has been doing absolutely fantastic for the entirety of Godlike. So you can see a little bit of a B shot there, them getting ready for this event. But you know what? Godlike is one of the many teams that are going to be here trying to compete for that trophy this weekend. But you know what? I feel like we need an extra analyst possibly to join the desk right here, but we have to summon him.
Oh, yes.
Niptro, so you ready? 3, 2, 1. Vitality. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, wait.
Okay,
Time to, okay? Wait, we're going to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Vitality.
Vitality.
Hey! So Vitality, what are we thinking, Blank?
Hi there, my name's Blank, special reporter coming in for Vitality so far, doing incredibly well. Razy and Razak, my boy Ray, as well as Federales and Axel, looking fantastic at the moment. I think Axel's been in a huge amount of work, as has Federales, opening up a completely new style of shotgun play, which looks completely ridiculous in Game 2. But that's my special report for Vitality.
Oh, thank you for the insight. Also, Axel, by the way, the IGL between some big numbers, especially on that one game against Horror on the beaches west of George Pole. So this team, with how impressive they were in the opening day of their respective group, which was Group B, right, Niptra and Blank, can we see something similar going into this one, Blank, Mr. Vitality?
Ooh, Mr.
If they do gain contention for the Smash ruling and the trophy, actually that could put them in a really good contention to be crowned your PMWC 2026 champions. Now, we already talked about one of the Indian teams. I think it's time to focus on the other Indian team, which is going to be Orangutan. Niptura, you already talked about them, so Blank, Orangutan, what are we thinking today?
You know what? I think Orangutan, for them, I think right now they're looking very, very good. I think a lot of the emphasis, though, has to be on Aru. Though I got to talk to him a fair few times this event. Lovely guy, by the way, really, really lovely guy. Great chatter. I mean, I talk a lot. I talk a lot, you see. And I think that's something sounds a problem for other people, but for Aru, good as me, I could just sit there and listen to him all day, but he's bringing a lot of the rest of the team needs to develop around Aru, essentially.
Yeah, I think Aru's got some great ideas, and he's got some great direction. It's
in the cards for these guys.
Womp womp.
yeah.
Wait.
Predicted by Max.
Sorry. So they're going to be in 16th place.
Yeah, probably. To be fair, though, for Flash, I think that they did quite well, all things considered, because last time we saw them this year, they looked fairly unconvincing. They looked scared. They looked like they didn't have it in them from what was basically a rookie upstart squad who were testing a lot of other squads, right?
I agree. I want to see more from them, though. I think in the group stage, you know, they've been heralded as a very, very aggressive, forward-playing team, and I think in the group stages we didn't see that as much as I was expecting to. I would like to see more of that in the finals, but you know what? It could be just a simple thing of, like a lot of teams do, they saving it for the finals, and so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to hold that against them. I want to see what they got here today.
international events. So Flash, I feel like, could be a big surprise, especially as they picked up the mantle of Deep Xavier earlier this year, right?
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be happening.
Also, last thing, chicken. Last thing, chicken.
Whoa, chicken right there. There you go. Check him out. He's very cool. Check out the booth right here at EWC 2026. With that said, thanks so much for joining the analyst corner here for PMWC 2026. We'll throw it right back to Lace and 7WG.
Yes, thank you so much to our special reporters Max and Neptura. I don't know where we got the budget to fit Blank in there. I thought we spent it on him saying Vitality 100 times. However, our players are now arriving and getting ready for the show. 7, I do believe we are missing one caster.
We are, oh, not again. Not again. He ended up missing last year on the final day of PMWC. We cannot have that happen again. Let's send out our special reporter, Kalares, who's going to be looking for none other than John Allen.
RC reporter for PUBG Mobile here at PMWC, and a major problem has occurred. It seems we've let one of our commentators out in the wild here, and we've got to actually wrangle him and get him back in. So it looks like maybe a little bit of movement's going on here, actually. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to capture him. This is the problem with commentators. A lot of the times, they just go wild. They somehow get it. He's on the move. He's on the move. Okay, no, we've actually got to be able to try and find him as quickly as possible here. He seems to be hiding. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to be able to capture him. This specimen, in fact, actually has...
Months of preparation, thousands of hours played and sacrifices have led to this point. Life-changing money sits on the horizon and a legacy that dreams are made of.
We saw it in the group stage, we saw it in the survival stage. These teams are here for a reason, and every single one of them can actually clutch it all and become our PMWC champion.
Today marks the beginning of a 3-day gauntlet that each of our teams have to navigate. Each day more intense than the last.
Barney, I think we don't have to wait. The players look really ready, and it is time for us to welcome our finalists on the Giria City grid, starting with
Esports.